Hello, everybody. Welcome to another review of the Oval. And I'm going to try to keep this shorter than I usually do, as I usually take notes, but I found that kind of drags out my commentary, so I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to look at my Twitter feed so I can remember what happened. Now, so Alan, he's in a lot of trouble because he's in the crosshairs of this guy that Victoria sent to beat him up. And basically, it's like, you beat Ellie with this baseball bat, or you're going to get beat up until you do it. And Alan's like, I can't do that. It'll kill her. And the henchman calls Victoria, and she gets on the phone, and she's basically saying the same thing. You do it, or you're gonna get beat up. And he's like, I can't, I can't. And she Victoria's like, you are so stupid. And I'm thinking, why don't you beat her up, Victoria? I mean, you beat up Denise, so you should have no problem beating up Ellie. And I guess, but apparently she wants to keep her hands clean this time. So Alan gets to the White House like the next day, and he's saying, well, she never came home. And the threat remains the same. You do it, or you're going to get beat up again. So Alan's like in a tough situation, and later on he asks Alonzo about a gun and all that. So I don't know. I think he's going to make the situation worse on himself. So anyway, so and one thing that I noticed in the opening credits is that the vice president and the second lady are in the opening credits, but they have not appeared in the series yet. So we're 4 episodes into this season, and we have not seen the vice president and second lady, even though they are in the credits. So I don't know what's up with that. So anyway, so over at Nancy's house, Nancy has prepared breakfast. And Barry's being really nice, and he's like, "Well, how can you do all of this when after how I've acted? I thought you were mad at me." And Nancy's like, "Well, when you love somebody, you can still be good to them, even if you're mad at them." So, Barry, and I knew Barry was still high when he was when he was being so nice, because he was looking like he had an expression like Sugar Bear or something, like weird smell, and I got that Sugar Bear reference. Set it off. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly which scene I'm talking about. So anyway, so let me just keep on, Nancy and Richard and all that. So Barry was like, okay, well, I left some of that pot for you and Dad, and Nancy's going to utilize it. So Richard is in there in the room. He's trying to get his clothes together and all that, and Nancy comes in, and so everything else is has failed so far for her trying to get Richard to forgive her. So now she's just going to use her assets to get what she wants. So she opens up her room and all that, and she's trying to, get Richard's attention. So she ends up lighting up this joint. And Richard's like, "Well, you shouldn't do that. It's bad for your asthma." And she's like, "Oh, I'll be fine. You should have some too." And at first he's resistant, and then he gives in and he takes a puff, and then he's like, so clearly he doesn't do that often. And then they end up rolling around, and Barry opens the door, and he's like, "Oh, you're too old to be doing that." I'm like, "Barry, you shouldn't be opening people's bedroom doors. You should just, you don't do that." Um, so now let me talk about one I forgot. Did I forget? No, I didn't forget. Let me talk about Priscilla and Sam. So Sam is demanding answers from Priscilla. Are you CIA? Are you FBI? What is the deal with you? Priscilla's not telling him a thing. She's just like, I'm a chef in the White House. And she also told him, I could shoot you right now and get away with it. So Priscilla has no cares left to give. Um, And so she leaves out there. She's like, I'm going to work. And Sam, because Sam asked her, where are you going? And he touched her. She's like, don't touch me. You don't have the right to. And Sam really isn't that bright because you don't touch your wife after you cheated on her. I mean, that should be common sense. That should be obvious. But Sam just does not seem to think that he did anything wrong, or he seems to think Priscilla should just let it go. So now let's talk about Kyle. So Kyle is just go. He goes over there to see Dale, and of course Dale is taken aback when he sees Kyle. He's like, and Kyle is just like he's not heeding anything that Donald said. Because Donald told him you stay away from Dale, or he's going to actually get killed. And so what does Kyle do after that? He goes over to see Dale, and Dale's like, "Get out of here! I don't want to see you." And he's like telling Dale, "Well, you can come stay with me." And I'm like, "You're gonna get this guy killed saying things like that." Now, I'm thinking that Dale is going to stay away from Kyle, but I don't know if Dale will keep up that line of thinking. And Kyle has the nerve enough to say, "Well, there's no need to be so hostile." And I'm like, Dale almost got killed on account of you, so you can't tell him not to be hostile. Hmm. So over there at now let's get into Donald and Lily. Hmm. So Donald he's asking he's still asking Lily questions because he wants to know what she's up to. And she's like, nothing, my Creole dog. I'm like, what kind of line is that? So anyway, so he's telling her, if you're going to go hunting through my stuff and you're looking for confidential information, just know that's not a good idea. And she's like, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to, how did she put it? I think she said, I'm going to go screw a big heterosexual man or something. Donald's like, oh, that sounds fun. And you can tell that he's mad. Once again, he makes no sense. He doesn't want Kyle to have anybody. He's angry that Lily has somebody, but he can't really do anything about that at this point because Lily kind of has him in sort of a precarious situation. He doesn't want her, leaving him because she knows too much and he doesn't want to take her out. So that's kind of a difficult situation that he's in. Um, so after Donald leaves, Lily doesn't even give him enough time to actually get out of the driveway. She just runs upstairs to the attic to go see Bobby, and obviously I don't have to say what they did. Um, and so later on, Bobby contacts Max, and Max said before that happened, Max woke up and he saw a note from Blakely, and it's like, don't. She's like, we're better off separated. Don't try to find me. I'm not sure that she actually wrote that note. So Bobby calls up Max, and Max is like, "What line are you calling from?" And he says, "Don't worry, I triple encrypted this one." And Bobby seems to be suspicious of Max. He's like, "Why do you sound like that? What's wrong?" And and Max, he wasn't, I think that he sounded the way he is because Blakely was gone. And all of a sudden, these guys burst in and they arrest Max. And I'm thinking it's connected to the assassination attempt because Hunter is still angry about that. He's trying to have Victoria's father killed. And Donald's like, no, 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 that's a really bad idea. You shouldn't do that. And Hunter's like, he tried to kill the president of the United States. I want him gone today. And everything Hunter says comes off so childish. And so anyway, that was the Oval. I'm almost 10 minutes in. I think I like that I clocked in around this point. So tell me what you think, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you the next time. Bye.